once again, some devious, shameless, Kamzarf and Bezamir politicians of our country are trying to wash their dirty laundry in public, only to embarrass us yet again. They have lost all sense of dignity, discretion, and decency. You know why they can't do it at home? Because they never have done anything at home, except they have looted and plundered our economy. They reduced our country to the verge of being a defaulter. Politically, they brought it to the verge of being declared a terrorist state. They had turned it into one of the most indebted, unstable, and insignificant countries of the world. Our foreign exchange reserves were brought down to just $1 billion. We were mortgaged to the IMF. No one wanted to talk to us. We were mortgaged to the IMF. No one wanted to talk to us. We became the outcasts of the world community, and so on. And as soon as they get another chance, they are at it again, only with a vengeance this time. Now, the crooks have got together. They have signed a charter of hypocrisy. This time, they have agreed to share the loot. So now, we are back in the clutches of IMF. We are back to the begging bowl, and we are getting very good at it. I was saying that our dirty laundry is being washed in public right here in the UK. And who is helping this time? A certain lord who was kicked out of the Labour Party. He has now made himself available to any bidders, home or abroad. He is just as Bezamir as the company he keeps. Being a UK politician, he is now plotting with the politician of another sovereign country. This mercenary has been recruited by Nawaz Sharif as his henchman. Listen to me, Lord Nazir. This man, your customer, is Sharif only in name. He doesn't even know the meaning of the word Sharafat. He is in fact a crook, a compulsive liar, and a Kamzarf. He will most likely use you and discard you like a dirty tissue paper. He is by nature Ehsan Faramosh. So beware. He does not care about what happens to Pakistan or its people. He has no policy, no plan, no vision. He can only talk and tell his sob stories. He has only one aim in life, only one single solitary aim in life he has, and that is revenge, revenge, and revenge for the punishment he truly deserved. He has a mindset which is dangerous for the country, its integrity, and its progress. He has conveniently forgotten that he is the product of the worst dictatorship in the history of Pakistan. He has even forgotten his own sugar daddy, Ziaul Haq, who used to call him my son. He has no shame when he accuses others of violating the Constitution. Let me bring out some of his own dirty laundry that he left behind in that basket called history. This man had dismissed the president. He had dismissed the chief of army staff. He was about to dismiss a second one, but this one turned out to be too smart for him. He had dismissed the chief justice. He had attacked the Supreme Court. Can you imagine? He had attacked the Supreme Court. Isn't this high treason? Doesn't this alone call for a death penalty? He had hounded the media like no one ever before him. He had reduced Jung, the biggest daily newspaper of Pakistan, to just 2 pages by stopping their newspaper supply. Do you know why? Because it was exposing his corruption. He had arrested journalists, in particular Mr. Najm Sethi, whom he tried to have court-martialed by Musharraf when he was the army chief. Musharraf had refused to do his dirty work for him. This Mr. Sharif had always victimized his political opponents. He had cooked up cases against Benazir Bhutto and her party. He had cooked up cases against all his political opponents. He tried to have his old brother in Lut. He tried to have his old brother in Lut and new best friend, Asif Zardari, killed and even had his tongue cut. What kind of an animal is this so-called man? These are historical facts. Shouldn't this man be behind bars for such crimes? He had frozen $11 billion reserves, and as a result, thousands of Pakistanis lost their savings. This list is so long, this pile of sins of Nawaz Sharif is so big, that if we were to dump it in the Arabian Sea, that will cause a tsunami. Nawaz Sharif bought 800 steam engines and 3,500 railway carriages at dirt cheap prices from the railways by declaring them as a scrap. Pakistan Railway were the losers and his foundries were the gainers. During the last part of his government, PIA were asked to stop flying on 18 of its most profitable routes because they were supposedly no longer viable. The real reason was that one of his friends, Mr. Safar